I'm not the kind of guy who usually downloads dating apps. But after my last breakup, my buddy Chase practically forced me to try this new one, said it was next level AI or some marketing crap. The name? Somnia. He winked at me like it was some secret. It's invite only, he said. But once you're in, it gets weird fast. Weird how? I asked. Like, you ever dream about someone you've never met, and then the next day you do? That night, out of boredom, I gave in, made a profile, uploaded a few pics. The app had this creepy prompt it set up. Allow Somnia to access your dream cycle. I laughed and hit yes, assuming it was some gimmick. 20 minutes and no matches. But then, boom. One name popped up. Ava. No last name. No bio. Just one picture of her, standing in a foggy forest, smiling. But her smile didn't reach her eyes. She looked exactly like the girl I dreamed about last week. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence. I mean, dreams are weird, blurry, messy. You remember pieces, not details. But there was no mistaking it. That soft gray hoodie, the scar on her left cheek, the exact way her hair curled at the ends. It was her, and suddenly, I felt cold, like the air in the room shifted. I stared at her profile. No info, no mutuals, not even an age. Just the match button, and I don't know why, but my thumb hovered over it for way too long. You dreamed about her, I whispered to myself. What are the odds? I hit match. Instantly, the screen glitched. Just for a second, like static. Then a loading screen popped up. Connection established. One memory has been transferred. What? I tapped around. Nothing changed. Ava's profile was gone. Just gone. I assumed it was some bug. Until the next morning, when I woke up and couldn't remember my first kiss. At first, I didn't even notice it. I was brushing my teeth when I looked in the mirror and thought, wait, wasn't my first kiss with Emily? Middle school. Spin the bottle. We laughed about it for weeks, right? But no memory came. Not the room. Not her face. Not the way it felt. Just blank. I texted Chase. Hey bro, random, who was my first kiss? He replied instantly. Lol, you never told me that. Why? I scrolled through old photos on my phone. Nothing helped. I even found a picture with Emily. The one I thought it was, but something felt off, like looking at a stranger. And then I opened Somnia again. No sign of Ava, but a new profile appeared. Liam. Another foggy background. Another face I vaguely remembered. From a dream I had years ago, the kind you wake up from sweating, heart pounding, and then forget by lunchtime. Except now he was real, staring at me from my screen. The match button pulsed beneath his face. And I swear to God, I heard something move in my apartment even though I live alone. I locked my phone and stood perfectly still. Was that a footstep? Number? No. I was just freaked out. Adrenaline does weird things, right? Still, I checked the apartment. Every room, closet, under the bed. Nothing. When I got back to the kitchen, my phone lit up. Matched with Liam. Wait, I didn't press anything. I know I didn't. I opened the app. Liam's profile was gone, and my mouth suddenly tasted like metal, like I'd bitten my tongue. But I hadn't. That's when I got the text. Unknown number. Nice to see you again. You looked scared last time too. I stared at it. My fingers froze above the screen, and then I remembered something. Not clearly, more like a nightmare pulling itself out of the dark. A face behind glass. A voice whispering my name from inside a mirror. And Liam. He was there. Only now. I couldn't tell if that was a memory or a dream Somnia pulled out and gave back to me broken. I stopped using the app after that, deleted it, blocked the number, even reset my phone. Didn't matter. The dreams kept coming, and each one felt more real than the last. I'd wake up gasping, my body drenched in sweat, heart hammering like I'd been running. Sometimes I'd wake up with bruises. Once, 3 parallel scratches down my arm. I told Chase. He laughed at first until I showed him the marks. Then he got quiet. Too quiet. "Dude," he said, barely above a whisper. "Did you match more than once?" "Twice," I said. "Why?" He just shook his head. "They told me never to do more than one." I stared at him. "Who told you?" He looked at me like he wanted to say something, but his mouth just locked shut, like he couldn't physically form the words. "Forget it," he finally muttered. "Just don't open the app again." But that night, it opened itself. 2:39 a.m. I woke up to the sound of my phone buzzing on the nightstand. The screen was on. Somnia was open. And there she was again. Ava. Only this time, she wasn't standing in the fog. She was standing in my apartment. The background of her photo was my hallway, the crooked light fixture, the stained carpet, the cracked paint by the baseboard. And she was closer. Closer than before. The match button blinked. Not softly, aggressively, like it was demanding something. My hands were shaking. I grabbed the phone to shut it off. But before I could even touch the screen, it flashed white, then black. Then this message appeared. One final match required to complete transfer. Full self for full self. Swipe to accept. I dropped the phone like it was hot. It hit the floor and the screen cracked. But the message stayed there, glowing through the spider web of broken glass. And then, I heard a knock. Not at the door. At the window. I live on the 3rd floor. I didn't move. I couldn't. That knock came again, slow, deliberate. Tap, tap, tap. I forced myself to look, and there she was. Ava, staring through my 3rd-story window, smiling, not with her lips, with her eyes. Dark, hollow, hungry. I backed away, heart in my throat. My phone buzzed again. New message. "Ava, let me in." Then the lights in my apartment flickered once, twice, and went out completely. The only light left was from the cracked phone screen. Still glowing. Still pulsing. Swipe to accept. I didn't. I couldn't. I grabbed the phone, ran to the bathroom, locked the door, Saturday on the floor like a terrified kid. And that's when I saw the mirror. It wasn't me in the reflection. It was Liam, grinning, behind me. But when I turned around, I was alone. It's been 3 days since then. I haven't slept. I won't sleep. Because every time I close my eyes, someone new shows up in the app. Last night it was my mom. Tonight, it's me. And I'm just staring back, waiting for someone to swipe. Thanks for listening, but if you ever see Somnia in your app store, don't download it. Trust me, some dreams should stay locked away.